Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining my HTML course. Actually, it's a crash course. I'll just show you how HTML works and how you can use style sheet with it and how you can use JavaScript with it. And I hope you like my video. If you can subscribe and share with me. Do anything you like with it. So right here now, I will show you how. I'll first go to my files. I'll create a new file here, right here, and I'll call this file okay, I'll call this file HTML tutorial. I'll save it, and then I'll go to my Visual Studio Code. I don't know if you have any other code. You can just follow us. You can if you have any other what's it called, another editor, you can just follow us up and open create a file and then follow us up with this. So now I'll go to my files. I'll open folder right here, and then I'll go to my desktop. I'll look for the folder I just created. I think I called it tutorial. No, it should not be tutorial. I think it should be tutorial. Let me check. Yeah, it should be HTML tutorial. Then I'll select it's right here, and then actually I don't have any folder. I don't have any file. I only have a folder here. So I'll first create an HTML file right here, and then I'll write HTML. Okay, HTML.html. So I'll create this. So there's actually something we do in HTML. Actually, I don't want to go through any shortcuts. I want to show you guys how this is written from, or how it is writing, or whatever, how it is done from scratch. So, as a if you're an HTML file, the HTML file, the first thing you have to do is to write the doc type. That's definitely meaning what the document type. So I'll put it in capital letter right now. I'll see doc type right here. Then the doc type right here should be HTML. Then I'll close it. I have my doc type right here. I'm just going to change this. I don't like this icon, this red icon. I'll just change this thing to black. Yeah, I think I prefer this one. This one is black. I prefer this one. So we have the HTML doc type, which is the HTML right here. And then the first thing you need to do is to write the HTML. Then you close this with HTML. There's something you have to know. Anytime you are opening a tag, an open tag and a close tag, we have the open tag, we have the close tag. Anytime you are opening a close tag, you have to close it by doing something like this. You close the tag. Then actually you can write anything you want to write inside the tag. I'll give you an examples of open tag and close tag. Like now, then open tag is like if you are referencing a link. This is an open tag. This is how you just put an open tag, then you just reference your link right here into it. So but we're not doing that here. You use this one is here if you want to link a CSS on or a CDN files, or maybe you want to use a bootstrap or stuff like that. That's how you do that. But it's just a pure HTML tutorial, so we are not doing that. So we have the HTML here, and then there's something you have to know. We have the head. We also have the head right here, and then the head is what is a close tag. So I mean definitely we need to close the tag right here. So I close the tag right here, and then inside this head we contain our title, our styles, our JavaScript sometimes, but it's mostly advisable to put your JavaScript at the bottom of your files. You understand? That means at the body of your files. I will also get to that, but we are not doing JavaScript tutorial here. So definitely those are the reasonable things you can just put here. So right here now, I'm just going to come at here, and then I'll put something like this body, my body, the body of my file. Let's say body. This body is actually where all your files will stay. Probably if I'm having a navbar, a picture, or a comment, or whatever I just want. That's where whatever I want to be displayed in the page. This is where it has to be. This is where everything has to be like the body. And then inside this body now, I can just actually write something like h1. Uh, Let me see, I have h1 here. Then I'll close the tag. Then inside here now, I'll just write hello programmers, or whatever. I don't know that good in that spelling. Whatever, you can actually correct the spelling when you are doing it actually. So we can come here right here, and automatically we have the extensions file as the browser of file right here. You can see if I click on this now, it's going to open my browser for automatically for me. So right here, I'll just click. Now I have my programmers, hello programmers right here. So another thing I want to show you is that another thing I would like to show you is that this h1 actually we have a lot of h1 tag which comes from highest to lowest. The highest is h1, the lowest is h6. So now let me just try. I can't write everything, but I'll just try and write some stuff. Oh no, I don't want to write this stuff again. I'll just copy this one, and then I'll come here, and then I'll paste it right here. I'll change this one to 2, and then I'll change this one to 2, and then here I'll change this one to 3. I'll change this one to 3. I'll change this one to 3, and then I'll just go to the last one. I'll go to change this one to 6, and then I'll change this one to 6. Of what this thing is saying is that the h1 is the biggest, and then h2 is follows it, h3, h5 to h6 actually. But I don't want to be writing this one, that's why I just jumped to h6. Now let me show you how it's actually look like. Now you see it's actually become big, big. It's actually become big, 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 and then till it becomes small. So that's the idea of the h1 attributes right here. But I did a very big mistake here. It has to be h6. So let me refresh it again and see if I've not done any mistake. So right now you can see that this thing is taking the title of my page, which I don't like. So I can just come here, and then I'll do something like the title, and then I'll give it another title. Is a close tag. It's a close tag. Then I give it another title, and then I'll put my page. So you can see it changes to my page. Actually, that's how it works actually. So now another thing I want to do right now is that I want to show you there are sometimes you'll be writing some stuff that it will require you to put some explanations, stuffs like that. So that's where comment comes in. uh, HTML comment comes in, and then it's actually very simple. I'll just show you in a second how to do it. So we have this basis here, and then you can just put one, two, two at the left, two at the right. So I can just write anything between here. Let me say this is my comment, this is my comment. So you can just come right here, and then you can see we don't have anything right here, nothing is here. And then another thing I want to show you is the paragraph. We also have the paragraph. This paragraph is something is something that can be used to write under a particular tag. Maybe you have your H1 tag, you want to write a stories or some lines under it, then you can just use your paragraph. Now let me just write some paragraph under this guys right here. We're having this paragraph now. Let me say hello, uh, hello, welcome back, and hope hope you like our welcome back and hope you like our service. Oh, I can just type. Hope you like our services. So you can just come here and then let's see. We have it. It looks different from this one, from all this one actually. It's not that kind of bold. It have some kind of faded color actually. So that's what exactly we use it for. But in styles, we can actually turn this to something else. But in this one actually, we just need to make sure it look like awesome like this. And then after we can actually add paragraph to all these guys right here. Oh, I'm not supposed to cut this. Okay, yes, you can actually add paragraph to all those guys right here. Something like this, something like this. But that doesn't mean this one does not follow the rules right here, and then just going to take its normal shapes. So you just need to use your styles to shape it to whatever you want and give it whatever color you need to give it. So after this one now, we have the we have the list type. We have the underscore list, and then we have the underscore list, and then we have the ordinary list. Understand? So the underscore list is something like this. Is a closing tag. Yeah, and then we have another one called the list. This is also a closing tag. This underscore list does is that it does not, it just list the elements accordingly and give it the identity or the same identity to all of them. You understand what I mean right now? But this list you are looking at right now is that the list you're looking at is that its own is just that it will list it accordingly. You understand? It's used to list an element inside some stuff like this underscore list now can just stay alone. I can just write underscore list and then underscore list and be putting something inside. Let me just tell you what I mean by that. You can't write underscore list right here. Okay, I want to print rice, and then I can just come here and do something like this and say rice, then another underscore list. Okay, probably let me copy this one. So and then I put another underscore list and say beans, nap. I don't think that's make your work look very awesome. So what you can just do now is just that you can just put this ones like that's when list comes in. You can just have our list and then close our list too right here. And then right here you can just put something like rice, and then you come here and then you put something like another one beans, another one I'm not closing it. So we have beans. So if I should come to my browser now and update my browser, I have rice and beans. What I mean by the identity is this follows the underscore list automatically, but actually I want to change it. So if I want to change it, there's something called attributes. Each HTML element has its own attributes. Understand? So we want to access the attribute of this URL now, of this underscore list now. We're just going to type in type. You just need the type, So if I type the type now, if I say equals to, I can actually change it to circle. And let me see. Now I have circles right here. Let me change it to what's it called? This rectangle. I'm not sure, but let me see if we have rectangles, but I should think we should have a rectangle. Yeah, I don't think so. There's no rectangle. If you don't have, once you don't have any of those type, it will come back to its default state. So now let me try what's it called? Square. There should be square. Let me try square. Now we have square. Square is working. And then the second type of list there are more than two type of, but these ones are the common type. The second type of list we have is the OL. We use this one we gives his own children, or how will I put it, his own children different elements, like different identity. Sorry, to give it different identity. Now let me say I have my list one here. I close it, and then I have the first one. The first of my list right here should be what? Let me say rice. And then I'll come here again. I'll create another list right here. I'll close the list, and then right here I'll call this one beans. So I'll come back here. So it's giving different identity, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they are all unique. All I put it, they are unique. So now let me just try and change and access the attributes by saying the type. The type now should equals to, let me say a. Let me choose a. I don't know if there's a here, but there should be a. Yeah, you have ABC. Then you can come here and choose this one. You can actually just do this and play with it. Just play with it, and then you can try any other. You can try numeric, alphanumeric. You can just try many stuff out right here, and it will work out very perfect. So after this one now, let's now go to one of the great stuff uh, uh, that is actually very useful and very 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 common. That's if you are actually going to write a very big website. There's no way you won't be needing this thing. This is what we call a wrapper. A wrapper, I don't know what others call it, but I call it wrapper, because you can actually wrap a lot of elements in it and give it a unique identity, and give it its own identity, and then whatever you do to that identity, it will affect others identity. So now let me just say I have my div right here, and then I close it. Before I actually write this one, there are two type actually that I used, but I don't know about the rest. But there are two type that I use more often. So if the first one is div, which is I can actually which is the IV div. I can actually put anything inside the IV. So let me just, and it is self and open what tag. So let me close it, and then right here actually I can just come here, and then I write my h1 yeah, and then I write h1 tag, which is open and close tag. Don't forget to close this tag. It might work, but you cause a lot of errors that you might be wondering what's the meaning of this. So always forget to close, don't forget to close your tag. And if you are if you know you can't keep up with open and closing the tag, you can actually come here and then search for an extensions. You can search for extension, HTML extensions right here, and then getting the extensions, you can use it for whatever you need. It will automatically help you to open and close the tag. So now that we have what we need right here. We have the H1, so I can say hello right here, and then you come right here, you see we have the paragraph, you close the paragraph, then we can have this is John, this is John. Then the second type that I'm talking about is that I have the span. You can also use span for that too. The span for this particular area, I think I did something wrong. Yeah, I have to close it. So closing this now, I can write H1. So I can write H1. I can write yes, yes, I am here for you. And then I can just change the paragraph, and then I'll write something like something like mm, no, no, I don't like things like this. And then you can just write, oh, put me back. Say put me back. So if I should save this now and go back to my browser, I'll have I have this. If you notice how it look like they are under themselves. It look like they are under themselves. So these two now is categorized as a family. This one is categorized as a family. I can actually take these two and use this for whatever I like, and these two also for anything and anything I like. So now let me just quickly go and do that. This is not a CSS or tutorial, but I just want to show you how it works. So I'll come right here and change one of its attributes, which is ID. This ID actually means the ID that is specific to a particular class. Understand that this is a ID and it's specific to a particular class, to a particular element. This that is opening here, that is closing here, they are all of them regarded as a new name, which a new ID I'm giving them, which I'll call D. So and then I can also come here and give it a class. So this class I can give it D also, but there are some stuff we do in this class is very complicated. We can actually give it to two names and call it this also. This I can use this one to access this. I can also use this one to access this stuff. So I have three names for it now. So I will show you how to access it in a seconds. But I just want to explain that if you have this and this right here, this one can be used maybe if you are building a responsive website. This one can be used for the desktop, and then if you can use this one uh, for the mobile in case of any place you don't want to be overriding the class each time you're calling the mobile. Well, don't worry, in my I'll drop a CSS tutorial very soon, and I hope if you listen to it, I'll explain most of those things, and you can actually have an idea of how it works and how we can use it. So let me just say we have our style here. We have our style here, which is going to here, and then we have our style here. Also, I close it right here, and then you can actually come here, and then you do something very nice by saying by first changing the background color. You can say the body of the background is what, let me say background background, then color should be green. Am I sure I'm not doing anything wrong right here? Okay, I have the green color here, but I don't like green. I like black. Let me give you background color black. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. So you have the black background color right here. So I give it a black background color. So we are not seeing anything now. We just need to just change the color of everything by saying color equals to white. So we change the white color right here to everything. So now we now have all our thing nice and very readable. So what do you think we can do right here? you can actually come to this place now and select this uh this uh what's it called? What do I even call it? Okay, here it is, the D and the class, the D class and anything or like. So to I can say the D class right here is equals to color. Color should change. Okay, let me just change the back. No, let me change the color. The color should change to, let me see, which color we should? Gray. Let me see, I want to change the color to gray. Then I'll see if this affects. So you can see that this one, everything has changed to gray right here. But another way to this actually is referring to the class, this class right here. But now I want to access this one. I can also come here and then override it and say dot this does this then we have the color. No, I can override that one, but I don't want to override it. Let me say the background color. The background color should be what? Should be red. Now you see what I meant by you can now I can use this. Now this technique actually I can use it to I can use it to access whatever I like. Anyway I like it. I can use this one, this D, for actually only the desktop, when I want to do anything with the desktop. And this now I can be using it to do whatever I like whenever I'm in the mobile. Understand? That's why most times we have two classes. But what about how do we access this guy entirely? This ID. So if you want to access the ID, you just need to delete everything right here and then we put hash here and then we put D. Then you can just come here and say that the color should be what? Should be red. Now I want to change the color to red. I want the color red. So everything changed to red. So it just depend on what you want and how you want it. You can actually do this by just playing around, just do anything like. So you can play around with this, you can give it anything and then just use it and see whatever you want. So another thing I want just to show you before I go, which is very very important, is the what we call the form. We have the form. We have the form open and close form. This is actually very very an important thing you need to know if you actually be working with some stuff like this. So inside this form, it has an attribute. The attribute can be method. We have the post, and we have the get. If you have ever been programming about a website before, or you have been in a place that you work with people very much about websites, you know what I meant by post and get. Let me just quickly give you a quick view. A post is like, you are posting something to, probably you have a database somewhere, someone is managing your database, and you have a form, a registration form. So a post will allow you to post to the website, to the to database. You can actually save in the database, do anything you like in the database, or yeah, you can allow user to save in database by posting, and then the get, you can get information from the database. So and then you can use it in your expressions to do whatever you like with this, or you can say if this user is not found here, get out of my website. All those stuffs you can actually do this. So that's what the post and get actually is for. So in Python, I think you'll be having something like this post will be in capital letter in Python, but in HTML here we have a post. But I'm not doing any serious stuff here, so I'm just going to remove this. And then I can actually come. And then another thing is that you can actually give it a name. You can actually give it a name, which is my form. This name is what we'll be putting in the button. Okay, now if I have another button outside this form now, if I have two button, like I have one button here, I have one, I close it, another button, you get that, and then I have, let me duplicate this one, then you have another button right here. So for this one to access this form particularly, I'll just give it an action. So the action actually is going to what? Only this one, my what? My form. So the anywhere anytime they click this one now, everything inside this place now is gotten executed. That's what we use these names for actually. So another thing entirely you would like to know about this tutorial is that this tutorial is not about something serious. I'm just want to show you how HTML, just to give you an overview of HTML tutorial, um HTML format, how HTML works. Actually, actually, because some of my next courses will be majorly on web development, and if you actually subscribe to my channel and follows me, you actually need to know most of these things, because I won't be going back to them anymore. I will just keep on working and assume you know what I'm doing. So now I have the form, which is name, and then the next thing we are going to do right here is that after the form, we have something we called the input. Oh, no, before the input we have something we call the label. The label is an open tag, open and close tag actually. That's the label. So here we can have what? My form. Okay, let me say email. You can have email right here, and then we can have the input. You can have the input right here. So the input is not a open tag. How will I call it? It's not a closed tag. It's an open tag. So we can just close it like this. So once you close the input like this, you can have access the attribute by saying the type of what you want. We can have a password type. We can have a password type, and then we can have the name. This name is what you use to access it. If you are working with the backend, that's the name you use to access it. I can call it what? My email. Oh, sorry, should be password. Why this should be password? Yep, why this should be password? So I'll just come here and see the nonsense I've done. Now I have my password here. If I should write anything here, oh, this is not encrypted. This is wrong. This is wrong. It's not encrypted. It's wrong. Probably something is wrong here. Maybe okay, yeah. I think I I spelled the wrong password right here. And then here I should have password. Yeah. So I'll come here and then I'll write my password again. Yeah, see that everything is encrypted, and it doesn't give me the ability to do this, to write anything I write and stuff like that. That's awesome. You don't need to be coding this stuff in JavaScript. Automatically it's there for you. Now we have to go to we have to check the type we have also. Also have the email. If you are working under email, I think the email should be something like if I should write something like this, it will not allow me to ask for this actually. But in more advanced web development, we use our own format to override this tag actually. But let's just continue. This is not a serious. We still get to that very soon. And then another thing we can put here, maybe if you want a user to put their email, their name, their name, their full name. You can just put this one as what, as text. So you come right here and then you put it as text. So this one does not require anything. You can just put anything here to go automatically. And then this button actually does not look seems good. So now let's check this something. Let's first write something here and say click me. So let's say click me. I write click me right here. And then let's see what happened. See, boom, it pulls up click me. And you can also do the same thing for this guy. If you want, you can play with it, you can do anything like. So that's much about the form and so much about the HTML course. And uh I think if you I think this should give you a clue of how HTMLs work now. But I don't know if you like my YouTube channel, please kindly help me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, and then you can give me a like. Probably that will give me a ability to do more of this kind of video for you guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.